wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I have my beautiful model Joanna here, and I'm going to create this gorgeous fall look on her. Please don't forget to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button for all future videos. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm using is Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to prime her lids. You want to make sure that you apply this from the corner of the eye all the way to the outer corner and spread it all out evenly, just to make sure that you don't miss any spots. Next, I'm going to grab a blending brush to blend this all out, again from the corner of the eyes all the way to the ends. And I'm going to grab a little bit of Laura Mercier translucent powder to set the base. The reason you want to set the primer before you continue with any kind of eyeshadow is to make sure that the shadows blend perfectly. On a wet base, it's more difficult to blend matte shadows and it can become patchy very easily. For my eyeshadow palette today, I'm using a brand called Hip Dot. Their shadows are so creamy and beautiful, and their shades are seriously to die for. The first shade that I'm picking up is called Cloves, and I'm just getting a blending brush to put this in the crease of the eye. I'm doing the same thing on the other eye, and this is also known as the transition color. So I'm just blending it in the crease just to make sure that I have a good base to continue with the rest of my shadows. Next, I'm going in with a smaller blending brush. It's a little bit more tapered, and I'm using the color Sorceress from the palette. It's this stunning reddish brown shade, perfect for fall. As you can see, most of the concentration is emphasized in the outer corner of the eye because that's where we want to start creating most of the depth. And I'm creating a V shape in the corner and then dragging that in towards the middle of the eye, just to give it more of a round look. I love this highlight from Dose of Colors. It's called Gold is the New Black. And I'm going to use a flat small brush to highlight the brow bone a little bit. I love that this highlight is super creamy and it doesn't look too frosty, which I don't like in highlights. It has the perfect amount of gold and champagne to pretty much go with any skin tone. For this darker brown shade, I'm using something that hasn't been released yet, so I can't really talk about it, but it's such a beautiful brown, and I'm seriously so excited for its launch. You guys have no idea. So I'm just putting this all over the lid to create a smoky fall look that we're going for. All these colors together are so pretty, and they're totally giving me all the fall vibes. I'm just getting that previous blending brush and just making sure that all the edges are blended out evenly and that we don't have any harsh edges between the transitions of all the different tones that we used. Because this is a smoky eye and we're going to have a lot of fallout, I went ahead and used the Shape Tape Concealer from Tarte Cosmetics to prime the under eyes a little bit, and I'm just going in with those same shadows to apply a little bit of a smoked out effect on the lower lash line. I'm using a disposable mascara wand to coat the lashes a little bit before we apply the falsies, and you can really use any mascara. It doesn't really matter because we're only coating the lashes. We're not using this mascara to really emphasize her lashes much, so any mascara will do. In this case, we decided to do corner lashes for her, so I used full lashes and cut them to fit her eyes. We wanted to go for that cat eye effect a little bit, and she also doesn't like lashes that come all the way to the front of her eye, just like myself, so we just cut up some lashes and did a corner lash to emphasize the look a little bit. And what I did is put a little bit of liner in the front of the eye so it doesn't look too empty. Since we are using the corner lashes, you don't want the front of the eye to look empty. And filling it in with a little bit of black liner makes all the difference in the way the eyes appear. Moving on to her face, I'm going to use Embryolist Moisturizer to bring a little hydration to her face before we apply any other products. And I'm using a big fluffy brush to evenly spread this out all over her skin. Next, I'm using Liz Wautier Oh My Grip Primer, which is a great product that helps the foundation adhere to the skin better and look so much smoother. Prepping the skin is the most important part of makeup, so using the right products can make all the difference in how your makeup looks. Next, I'm using Diana Madison's Glowtopia to bring a little extra glow to the face before we apply the foundation, and I'm using this mostly in the high points of her face. I'm mixing two foundations for her. One is from Dior, it's called Forever Foundation, and the other one is from Urban Decay called Stay Naked. The Dior one is a little bit of a lighter shade and it's more matte with way more staying power, and the Urban Decay one is a little more of a sheer foundation. Since I am a working makeup artist, I don't have every single shade of every single foundation, so what I always like to do is mix and match to get the perfect color per client's skin tone. And of course, there's Joanna being Joanna, making faces while I'm applying her makeup. I love her so much. I'm just using a beauty blender to blend all this out so that we get more of a smooth application, because when I apply it with the brush, I just kind of disperse it all over the skin. But with the beauty blender, I'm more able to control where all the blending happens and how much foundation goes on the face. And of course, blending is the key to getting that flawless base. And if your hair is in a bun, make sure to not forget to put that foundation on your ears as well. For under eye concealer today, I'm again using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm applying two different shades under her eyes. One is to brighten and one is to cover dark circles. So you'll see one of them is a lighter tone, and I will have the exact shades in the description box. So I'm going to apply a little bit of the darker shade in the corners just to make sure that we get rid of any dark circles or any kind of discoloration. And with the Beauty Blender, I'm just blending that all the way from the inner corner of the eyes towards the nose and all the way out to the outer corner of the eyes towards the temples. You want to make sure to not cross where your contour line is going to be, because then that's going to cause your contour to be looking more muddy. So you always want to make sure that the concentration of the concealer stays above your cheekbones. Without taking any more product, I'm just applying whatever's left on my Beauty Blender on the middle of the forehead just to emphasize a little bit of highlight, and also on the tip of the nose and the chin area. For contour, I'm using the Dior concealer in a darker shade. Again, I'll have all the shades in the description box, but I'm just placing this a little under the cheekbone and working my way up towards the temples. You want to have a very light hand with this, because if you go in too dark, then it's going to be looking muddy again, and it's going to be more difficult to blend it all out. Also, having her smile a little bit gives me more of a perfect guideline to place the contour exactly where it needs to be. So once again, after using the brush, I'm switching back to my Beauty Blender and just blending those lines so it's seamless and that there's no harsh lines between the contour, the highlight, and the foundation. Look at that gorgeousness. She's so beautiful. I'm grabbing a little more of the Laura Mercier translucent powder on a little fluffy brush just to go in increments and set the under eyes and the sides of the nose. I don't want to take a big fluffy brush because I just want to concentrate this right now under the eyes and the sides of the nose to make sure that we don't have any cracking or any separation of the foundation. Next, I'm going in with a powder puff, which is a triangle powder puff from Amazon, and I'll have that linked below as well, just to put a little bit of powder and emphasize the cheekbones a little more. I love this process because it really makes a difference in how the contour looks. Next, I'm using a blush that once again I can't talk about, but it's so pretty. It's a peach beautiful blush that goes from cream and dries as powder, which is a dream for me, and I'm just obsessed with it, so can't wait to be able to talk more about it. But next I'm going back into that Gold is the New Black highlight from Dose of Colors, just to highlight the cheekbones a little bit. One reason I always like to leave the brows till the end is because somehow I always get powder in them. So I'm just using a spoolie, spraying a little bit of setting spray on there to clean the brows, and I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Brow Palette and filling in the brows to my desired shape. And I love to leave the brows also to the end, because that way, once I'm done with the eyes, I know how heavy or how light I want to go with the brows. With a really tiny brush, I'm going in with a little black color just to emphasize the lower lash line and make it appear more smoked out, which will give it more of a sultry look, which is what I'm going for this fall makeup look. With that same powder puff, I'm using a little more of the Laura Mercier translucent powder and packing this under the eye to keep that shadow that we just placed from falling on the face. So it kind of creates a barrier. To complete this look, for the lip liner, I chose Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk 3 Intense, which is a chocolatey brown lip liner, and I lined her lips and I filled it in a little bit towards the middle part just to give it an intensity. And I'm gonna use Dose of Colors Fudge Lipstick to fill that in and give it that luscious brown lip that I would love to wear every single day for fall. It's so pretty. So this is the final look, and we're both so obsessed with it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Leave comments on what you thought of this look and what looks you guys want to see in the future. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.
What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I